Okay, I need to put something to bed real quick because I'm being asked a lot about this particular issue in Halo lore, and I want to finally put the button on it and kind of put it to bed. It may be no surprise to some of you that it concerns the yield of the Supermacs, the orbital defense platforms that are in geosynchronous orbit around many UNSC colonies, and are the UNSC's most powerful weapons shy of the Nova bomb. Now, I admit there is a lot of mud in the water surrounding the exact velocities that the 3,000 ton projectile is fired at, and that's really the crux of the issue, because only knowing the actual velocity of the round being fired can you actually calculate the kinetic energy involved. There's been figures suggesting that it fires at 40% the speed of light, which is just completely and utterly unrealistic, and actually comes from the older Halo Encyclopedia, which in itself has a lot of lore inconsistencies. It's worth noting the newer Halo Encyclopedia doesn't actually have any specific numbers relating to the Supermac and its firing velocity, and I have checked. Meaning the only real reliable source of lore on exactly how fast the Macs fire comes from the Fall of Reach, which it says, and I quote, 0.4 tenths the speed of light. Now there is some misconstruction in exactly what 0.4 tenths mean. A tenth is 10% of the whole. If you take anything, if you take a pound, if you take a dollar, and you divide it by 10, you end up with 10 cents, or 10p. So a tenth is 10% of whatever it is you've taken it from. 4 tenths then would be 4 of the tenths added together. That would be 0.4 or 40% of the whole. But that's not actually the quote. The quote is 0.4 tenths. Not 4 tenths, meaning 40% the speed of light, 0.4 tenths. So 0.4 tenths is equal to 0.04, or the equivalent of around 4% the speed of light. The speed of light is 299,792,458 meters per second. So only 4% of that speed is 11,990,480 meters per second, or 11 pushing 12,000 kilometers per second. So when you fire a slug from the Supermacs with a mass of 3,000 metric tons at 4% the speed of light, or around 12,000 kilometers per second, you get 250,657,415,946 gigajoules of energy. Then simply putting gigajoules through an energy equivalence calculator, you get the equivalent energy of 51,543,349 kilotons of TNT, or 51,543 megatons of TNT, or 51.5 gigatons of TNT, which in and of itself is the equivalent of just shy of 3.5 million Hiroshima bombs, or over 1,000 Tsar bombers, the biggest nuclear bomb ever exploded, assuming the 50 megaton test yield. That really is the end of it. Saying that it's 40% the speed of light is just ungodly realistic. I mean, even the energies involved right here with only 4% the speed of light are completely and utterly ungodly. And focusing that amount of energy into such a small space as a Supermac orbital defense platform would practically blow the thing apart. And that's just at 4%, not assuming the 40%. That is really the end of the conversation. The misunderstanding of the 0.4 tenths the speed of light has given rise to this 40% inconsistency in the lore, suggesting that that's the velocity at which the Supermac fires, and it's fundamentally incorrect. The Supermacs do not fire at 40% the speed of light. 0.4 tenths is not 4 tenths. 0.4 tenths is not 40%. 0.4 tenths is 4%. the speed of light. You run the numbers through the calculators just as I have, you'll get exactly the same answer. Don't get me wrong, it's still ridiculously powerful, but that's the situation. It's clear, it's short, it's sweet, I hope it puts it to bed. Thanks for watching. If you're new here and liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button while you're at it so you don't miss my future uploads. Links are in the description to get connected and jump into the Discord community with me, and if you really love the content I'm making, consider supporting the channel over on Patreon for tons of awesome perks. Pop your comments down below if you have an idea of what I should cover next, and hang around for the end of the video for other suggested videos you might be interested in. Huge shoutouts to my patrons: Spartan10148, the metarch of my installation, Falcon, Prophet, Phantom, Thomas, Mikhail and Irrefutable Justice, my monitors, Andrew, Cameron, Darian, Flaming Halo, Magnus, Masked Owl, Michael, Spartan0137, the Cave Potato, Uwu Master and Wolf Eclipse, my sub-monitors, my growing fleet of Strato Sentinels, my ever-vigilant Enforcers, and all the other awesome patrons that are helping to support the channel in a big way. Huge shout out to Todd Morrison for keeping the installation powered with that glorious vacuum energy. Much love to you all, take it easy everyone, and find peace in the domain.